Hey everyone, Wake Angel 2001 coming at you again. Got another package. This one has a funny story to it. Let me open up my list of commissioners. Alright, so this one should be from Dylan Cronin. Dylan C as opposed to Dylan D. And it was supposed to arrive on February 20th. That's what the original tracking number said. And I was noticing on the 29th, like, hey, how come not getting this package? It's pretty distinctive. So I send a message to him, and he looks it up and says, according to the post office, an attempt to deliver it was made on the 20th, but didn't, apparently the mailman couldn't get into my building or something, which doesn't make any sense because this is the United States Postal Service. Getting into apartment buildings to deliver mail is their entire job. This is the kind of excuse you'd expect from UPS or FedEx, occasionally from Amazon, but even in the Amazon guy's case, if he can't get into the building, he will literally call. But it seemed like a really unusual reason for a package to not get delivered, but they said, we'll deliver it on the next day. Now granted, the following Monday was President's Day, so they wouldn't deliver it then, but they should have delivered it on Tuesday. But they didn't. They didn't deliver it the entire week. So when I said, it's strange that this package hasn't arrived yet, I'm going to file in a trouble ticket. So last night I filed a trouble ticket with the tracking number like, hey, what's going on here? And wouldn't you know it, now it's here. I'm guessing they took this back, stuck it on the shelf, and forgot about it. And then when I come like, hey, where's my package? Like, oh shit, and then they quickly got this thing to me. All right, so it even says in red Sharpie on the box itself, ECC redeliver 3/1/24. Like, hey, better redeliver. Okay, so let's cut this tape off and get into the box. I feel like this box is a little bit too big for what it should be. I don't know, like, if this eBay seller just gets, like, a special, they get they get special rates on shipping because they're a store or something. Oh! Very festive! Using wrapping paper as your filler material. Oh yeah, definitely. This box is definitely way too big for what's actually in there. Okay, we have a Marvel Toy Box Ghost Spider. Some may affectionately know her as Spider-Gwen. From your Into the Spider-Verse franchise. So let me see if I can get a picture up on what this is supposed to be. So we're going for this character, Violet. Hopefully there's a picture of her hovering here over my shoulder. He was kind of at a loss what to do, so I thought about it like, we would need a figure that's obviously a female character, but also, like, not like a straight-up Marvel Legends, like one that has an intentionally stylized look. And I thought, intentionally stylized look, that usually fits the toy box aesthetic quite well. So, yeah, we got us a toy box figure, which should match this aesthetic. And, that's going to be a thing. Problem is that there's probably going to be a little bit of a delay on this, as my 3D printer still hasn't been fixed. Like, these stupid switches are apparently very hard to get. My cousin has some spares, but, he lives in a completely different part of the state that's over an hour drive away, so it's not like I can just go over to his house on a whim. So, it's gonna take us a while. Wow, look at the figures that this thing is supposed to come with. Venomized Hulk and Venomized Spider-Man. Like, do the figures actually have those tendrils coming off of them? That seems like a fragile detail. But yes, this should be the good base figure to go with this. If I can get the 3D printer working again, we can do this. Although, now that I'm looking at her face closely, it does seem to have the same basic shape as Gwen's head. maybe I can just sculpt the head. Like I can sculpt the details onto Gwen's existing head, maybe. Maybe. But I certainly wouldn't be able to make her shoes. Those giant platforms, that's definitely something that I need to print out for her. And again, this thought has gone recursive. I need my printer back. So yeah, hopefully by the time I get up to actually customizing this figure, we will be able to do the thing. You know what? Actually, let's not end this with an unboxing. This figure actually looks pretty cool. I want to get out and do a proper review, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so here is Ghost Spider, which I'm assuming is the proper superhero name. So yes, this is Marvel Toy Box, not Marvel Legends. I always did like the Toy Box figures. I was a big fan of this aesthetic. Basically, I'm not sure how many people remember the Disney Infinity game, because like the whole Toys to Life craze was a fad that's passed, but it was a pretty good aesthetic, and these are just action figures of those minis. So, quick look at the back of the box. I know I showed you guys, but this is a chance to see closer. These aren't actually pictures of the figures, they're pictures of the characters. And I'm actually kind of curious if the figures actually look like this. Might have to Google that. But whatever. Let's get Gwen out of the box and see what the figure is like, you know, as an actual toy that you might want to collect or play with. And so here is Ghost Spider, or Spider-Gwen if you would prefer to go by, you know, into the Spider-Verse nomenclature. It is a stylized rendition of her, which ironically kind of makes it fit in better with the Spider-Verse aesthetic. You know, just it has that look, like all the proportions are still quite human-like, but you know, it has that cartoony thing where everything is more angular, like curves are exaggerated, you know, things like that. By curves, I meant the curve of her legs, not like, you know, curves. Although, like, the aside from the slightly thicker arms, the proportions of this figure are actually very similar to that Violet character that I'm gonna have to be making her out of. So, her into, I should say. So let's take a look at the I like how, like, her little ballet slippers are actually picked out, like her whole costume is all hot pinks and blacks and whites, and then you just have this blue. I mean, I guess the webbing is printed in blue too, and I like that this isn't just tamper-graphed on, like, the webbing is sculpted in, which is gonna make it a little bit difficult to, I'm gonna probably have to sand that off or blend it in somehow, because I can't have web sculpting on the figure I'm gonna be making this into. But everything else is good. She has, you know, everything. Okay, so universal shoulders, good. They turn all around. Likewise, universal elbow and universal wrists. Kind of like this hand gesture would kind of work for the figure I'm making. It's not a peace sign, but it is still kind of cool looking, and I think it fits in that aesthetic that we got going on. Ball jointed neck that can move all around. Whoopee. Waist joint. Hips with a wide range, which, you know, they even go back despite the sculpting of her butt, so that's all good. You always want a wide range of posability for your Spider-Man characters, which is why a single jointed knee is kind of a disappointment. Like, a Spider-Man really should have double jointed knees, but, you know, like, this isn't a Marvel Legends price point. This is a cheaper figure. She still has full range and ankle articulation though, so for the price point, it is a very well articulated figure. It looks great. Yeah. So yeah, this totally reads as Ghost Spider or Spider-Gwen, and yeah, I think that this is actually a really good figure, really good representation of her depiction in the Spider-Verse movies. So there we go. She comes with accessories, of course. She has her alternate head that's not wearing the mask. She has this, which is supposed to be like her hood folded down around her neck. And, of course, she has this big old web thing with a suction cup on the back. Oh, look at that. How does this work? There's no instructions or anything. Like, how does she, like, do you put this on her finger? No. I mean, apparently you would suction cup this to a wall, and then she, what, holds it? Like, I don't, how do you attach this to her? How does this attach to the figure? There's no instructions or pictures of this anywhere on the box or the stuff from the box. Like, I get this would be a pretty interesting gimmick, because, like, yeah, that there's a spring-loaded string in there that whips up, so, but she has no way to hold or attach it to herself. Like, there's no peg, there's nothing. I mean, I guess you could put the string directly in her hand, but, you know, that it just comes out because the string is too thin. Her hand can't grip the string. That's weird. Alright, so she comes with a spare head, so that means a head swap is kind of in the DNA of this figure. And that head is... yeah. Okay. That head is not as easy to pull off as it looked. Okay, so we get this on. And we put that in. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the hood goes on her shoulders pretty good. It doesn't just drape there, it actually kind of is molded to sort of soft snap into place, so that's good. So it's not going to go floating around. And yeah, she looks pretty good with the mask off too. And I like how they gave her the hairstyle that she has in Return to in the Spider-Verse movies too. For the record, I collect one comic book series, Sonic the Hedgehog, so I really don't know anything about this character from her appearance in the comic books. I only know of her appearance in those Spider-Verse movies, which, you know, they're really, really good movies. Don't get me wrong, I love those movies. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, like, really, really great figure. And, you know, this is a chair, not a table, so a little bit hard to keep her balanced. But yeah, the figure is actually really good, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to take certain parts of her out for the repainting, which is going to be a little bit tedious to work through. But yeah, overall, this figure looks like it'll be a great custom base for the character that I need to make. And aside from the fact that I am absolutely baffled what I'm supposed to do with this accessory, yeah, like, otherwise it's really great. Fantastic toy. So, if you're a fan of the Spider-Verse movies and would like an action figure of Spider-Gwen, this is totally recommended. And if you want to make a custom of a character that has, like, a stylized anime-ish aesthetic going on about her, then this will make a good base for that too. Alright, so, thanks for watching, and this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.